Hello and welcome back to another episode of FortressCraft Evolved. I am DreadedEntity, and today I got something really special for you guys. It is finally time for us to build and charge the orbital energy transmitter and start destroying some of these overmines. So, if you look at my inventory, I've already got 1,181 OET components, and that is precisely how much you need for this. Of course, each one of these takes each of the tier 3 experimental pods and 1 refined liquid resin, so very expensive to build this thing. But I'm pretty sure you only have to build it once. So without further ado, let's build the orbital strike controller that just takes 128 of the OET components. So I'm pretty sure we just need one of these. Placed near the enemy base. You know what? We might actually need 3 of these. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's build one for now.
Crafting.
And then I'm left with 1053 for the components. And if you look over here, that is precisely how much we need. So, awesome. Let's find a place to build this. Not sure. Maybe just like over here. Yeah, how about right here? Okay, I think I found a good spot. I think I'm gonna build it right here. Now, if you look at the description for the item, for the component, it actually tells you how to build it. So it needs to be 13 tall with a 9x9 base. All right, so let's go back to the building area, which is right here, and let's get started. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. And now we'll go here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. So that's how big it's gonna be. Is that okay right there? Let's... Yeah, that's fine there. Okay, so let's go ahead and build it up. Actually gonna fill in the square here, just so we don't have any mishaps. All right, and let's just fill all this in. Okay, and we're almost done. And just place this one last piece.
Structure complete.
There it is. That's the orbital energy transmitter. And this takes a lot of power. 100 million. 100 million. Oh, yeah. Okay, and we get this cool floating thing. Totally forgot about that. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna charge this thing. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and no matter what we decide to do here to charge this thing, we're gonna need to do it at a pretty big scale. So just for fun, I did the math for one Mark II organic solar panel. That's a 3x3 one. Gives me 540 power per second. And this is an eternal day world, so there's no nighttime. So it never stops charging. And if we just put one down, it would take 128 days of continuous charging for this to be done. So obviously one is definitely not going to cut it, but I really want to see how much power the turbines generate, because it's been quite a while since I have used one of those. And honestly, I don't know. I'm probably not going to go with the turbines just because you guys know that I have kind of an affinity for solar power. So there's not a huge chance that we're actually going to use turbines, but you know, it'll be fun to play around with it for a little bit. So let's go grab our parts. I think we have them in a chest next to like the respawn area. Yeah, here they are. All right, so I'm pretty sure if I remember this right, the way you build the turbine is a 4x3 base, and then you build it 3 tall. Then you need an intake either on the intake decides which way it's gonna face. So let me just see if that's true. I'm guessing you can just build this, you know, however way you want to. Yeah, so that just turns it. You can't turn it manually, so to get fuel into it, you need a hopper next to it. So let's just put our fuel right in there. Instantly throws back a empty fuel canister, and you can of course do the add only on the hopper, remove only to make separate hoppers for the input and outputs. And what I'm really looking for here is I want this thing to really get spinning up and see how much power it makes. So I'm gonna let this like start up and just make a cut and get right back with you guys. Okay, so it looks like we're at the maximum RPM here, and this thing's only making 455 power per second. I don't like that. That's not even as good as the Mark II solar panel. So, okay, I mean, well, we're definitely gonna go with the Mark II organic solar panel then. Maybe when we get into the frozen factory we'll need that, but right now, I don't think we need that, guys. Okay, so here's what I came up with. If you guys can kind of get the idea, is to step down 1 block, and basically this thing is 13 blocks high, so we could have 13 steps down, and that would be 39 Mark II organic solar panels all feeding, and that's just for one side. But for what I've got set up right here, if I put the solar panels on top, then we'd have 9 of them, and I just did the math right before, and I should be able to charge the OET to 100 million power in 5 hours, just with what I've got here. And I made a mistake earlier when I said 128 days. I think I meant to say 128 hours. That's still, of course, ridiculously way too long. But, so I think I like this. I think I'm going to go with this, and I'm just going to walk it all the way back. Just stepping down by 1 each time. That'll work, right? Because it's 3 times 13 is 39, so this will only go 39 blocks out, and the laser energy transmitters have a range of 64, so we should easily be able to reach this. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with that, and I'm actually gonna fill up 3 sides of this. Obviously I can't fill up this side right here because the base is in the way. And I did the math, and if I filled this out completely, we should be able to charge the OET in 26 minutes. That's insane. And even that is still a very long time. Definitely a lot longer than an episode. So let's get to it. Obviously, I'm gonna need to scale this up where we're producing the Mark IV batteries, and I've just found the bottleneck here. We're bottlenecked on the alloyed machine block, so I need to figure out a way to ramp this up, and I'm thinking if I triple it, it's at least gonna give us a lot better throughput than we have right now. But I think I can triple this relatively painlessly. So give me a minute and let's see what I come up with. Okay, I rebuilt the alloy block machine maker setup thing, and I just tripled it up, so we're gonna be able to make the blocks at 3 times the rate we were before, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be plenty throughput for our needs. It should cut down on the time it takes to make those Mark IV batteries a lot. But the problem is these intermediate components the secondary upgrade modules, the titanium housings, and the gold foil. Now that's our bottleneck. But before we even try to scale that up, because those are locked away in the component factories, and it's going to be kind of a huge hassle to try to rebuild those and scale them up. So I know right off the bat, there's an easy win at scaling up how we get the ore in from the mine, just all the way at the beginning. Let's go check that out and show you guys what I want to do there. So to improve how we get the ore up from the mine, I'm here at the titanium mine, where I've already done this, and immediately you can see we only have one rail here. So like, you're gonna be thinking like, what's going on here? Oh look, here comes a minecart. So let me show you how I've improved this. Let's start on the extractor side. Right here at the end, I made this thing called a minecart buffer, and all this thing does is it U-turns minecarts. So whenever they hit it, they just turn around. Otherwise, they would break. They would fall off the rail and they would turn back into an item. And then over here, I've got the minecart full gate. And what that does is, since the red is facing this way, minecarts cannot pass unless they're full. So in essence, this is kind of like a lock. It keeps the minecarts locked in here until they've had time to hit the load station, fill up, and then they can pass through. And immediately they hit these, what are these things called? Turbo rail. And these things can face either way. So they're multi-directional. Like if I turn this guy around, they can still pass over it just fine. So it doesn't matter which way they're facing. I'm pretty sure as long as they're not facing like that, they do have to be facing the rail. Like, anyway, so the turbo rails come down here and they make these guys go so much faster. And I've had to put one like intermediate throughout the rail system. So then when we get over here to the lift side, we have another setup that's very much the same way, where we have the buffer here on the end, and then we've got the minecart empty gate. And what does this do? It of course keeps any minecart that's not empty trapped in here. So what'll happen is these will all get full from the drill side, and then they'll come get locked in here until they can drop off their cargo into a lift, and then they're able to go back. And I noticed as soon as I built this, like the titanium started going so much faster. So at the very least, I'm gonna do this to the gold and the nickel, if not, you know, just all of them right now. So here, you'll be able to see it actually happen. So there we go. It got U-turned at the empty gate, and it basically just keeps them trapped until they're able to drop off. And this is really nice. So I'm definitely going to do this to some of the other mines. And I just wanted to show you guys the recipes for those. So if you go here to the minecart tab in your manufacturing plant, you'll find them. Here's the minecart turbo rail. Not too expensive. You only need a few of those also. You don't have to do your whole rail as the turbo rails. The minecart buffer with the PCBs, the gold ones. Then your your minecart full gate and your minecart empty gate. Both of these are the same recipe. They just make different items. You need one buffer and the secondary upgrade module. So very cheap to build here, and they increase the efficiency of your rail setups so much. Like, it is unbelievably worth doing this. So definitely do this. At a very minimum, do this to your tier 2 ores. So that's your gold, your nickel, your titanium, and probably all the ores you really want to do this with. Okay, so I'm down here in the gold mine, and I wanted to show you guys how to build this. So I found that it works best if you start at the lift side. Otherwise, if you're starting at the drill side, then you'll have issues where the minecarts will break and they'll fall off the rails. So it's best if you start at the end of the loop, so to speak. So let's put the minecart buffer there. And because what happens is you break the loop here at the end, and then they'll start reversing and going the other way. So we put our buffer there, and then on the very first flat piece we can find, we're gonna stick down our empty gate, and let's see, it should be like, they'll turn around if they are, okay. So the green, we always want them to be able to come in here. So that's what the green says. And then if they hit the red arrow, they'll turn around if they're not empty. So that's now set up correctly. And we can reclaim all of these rails and corners there. Do the rest of that off camera. And let's go over to the drill side, and I can show you how that works. And I'm here at the drill side, so let me put down this minecart buffer. Make sure that's in line. I don't even know if that actually matters, but it's better that you don't have the minecart fall off. And we need to drop in our full gate. And the red should be facing towards the drills. So the red is like a stop sign. They can't pass unless they're full. And then we're just gonna sprinkle in some turbo rails. Let's see, I got 2. Probably need to make some more. Oh, let's wait for this minecart to pass. And I found, at a minimum, a good place to put these is right on the other side of the gates. So let's wait for this guy to fill up, and we can see how much faster he'll start moving. So this is his normal base speed, and as soon as he hits the turbo rail, he's gonna start flying. Look at that. And his noise also changes. Now there is a certain range on how far they'll go at their maximum speed, and you can already hear it kind of sounds like he's starting to spool down. So I don't know what the range of that is. Obviously, it would be most efficient to place a turbo rail at the very top end of their maximum speed, but I haven't measured it, and so usually I just like to sprinkle 1 or 2 turbo rails like throughout, just however far I think they should go. So then we got lucky, we have another straightaway right here, right off the end of the gate, so we can put another turbo rail right there. And that's pretty much the gold line done, although I am gonna go get 2 more turbo rails and put them sort of in the middle just to keep things going fast. So I'm gonna do this same thing to the titanium ore vein, and then let's move on and talk about another efficiency when we can have here. Okay, and there's one last upgrade that we can have to our efficiency just completely for free right now, just as long as we have the ingredients, and that is with an improved cargo lift. That'll double the amount of ore that we can bring up, and it doubles the speed of the lift. So we should be able to bring up a lot more ore, and we should be able to bring it up a lot faster. Now we do need these ultimate upgrade modules. You can find those under manufacturing, and I've never built these before, so I don't know. Of course, it's pretty expensive even just to get the machine, but I'm not sure this needs to be automated. At the very least, it doesn't need to be automated right now, because we only need 5 for each lift, and we only really need it for the top 3, the tier 2 ores, so we only need 15. I don't know. Let's get these materials and let's see how this machine works. Okay, I built the ultimate upgrade module maker and just threw it down here at the base so we can see what it takes. And it looks like it takes these alloyed upgrade modules. Luckily, I searched around and I actually do have the alloyed module maker. So let's throw this guy down. And we also need 25 primary upgrade modules. Those are the tin ones, I think. And 50 charged lithium coils. That's actually a lot of lithium coils. Let's see what this guy wants. Secondary upgrade modules, gold foil, and titanium housings. Okay, could have seen that coming, I think. And wow, so this is actually going to be a little expensive, but like I said before, we only need 15 of these upgrade ultimate modules. So, oh wow, okay. But we need 10 alloyed modules for each one, so we need 150 of these guys. Oh wow, that's a lot. That is a lot of material. Finally, I've gathered all the materials we need to make those 15 alloyed upgrade modules, and all that's left to do is, I mean the ultimate upgrade modules, all that's left to do is to wait just a little bit longer and drop them in these hoppers here. So let me make these really quickly. Okay, I got the ultimate upgrade modules, and I just need one last thing. Let's go ahead and yoink that lift right out of the area. And if you didn't know, you can take the lifts out, but they do need to be empty, which can be kind of annoying depending on whether or not you're using a lot of those bars or not, because the lift has to be able to drop off all of its ore. Anyway, we got it, so now we can make one, and our first candidate is going to be this gold, because we are severely bottlenecked with the amount of gold that we can bring up, because of course it has to go all the way down from the toxic cavern and back up, so that is a long way. There we go. Got the improved cargo lift, and I'm hoping that this is going to do a lot for us because of how much more ore it can hold, and also it can move twice as fast as the basic lift, so I think this is going to be great for us. Oh wow, I didn't know it did this. The controller turned purple when I put the lift in there. That's really cool. So far, well, it did sound, that pitch, it doesn't usually go that high, I think, so. So it looks like the controller changes color and then the sounds are slightly pitched higher. So yeah, I guess I will see if this works. And I guess after all the waiting that I did, I might as well just upgrade all the other lifts regardless, because it should be an improvement no matter what. Alright, there's one last problem that I'm seeing immediately as I started to put in these improved lifts. I've got a couple more over there. And these things can of course hold 1,000 ore. Now the problem is I've only got 3 storage hoppers set up at each of these smelting locations, but I've been thinking about the design of it, and I think I could update or upgrade this to about 900, which of course isn't perfect because really 1,000 would be better, but 900's pretty good. And that the issue is that all this time right now the lift is just sitting here waiting to drop off its ore, and it could be going back down right now to go get more ore. So this is a wasted time, and that's not good. So if we can up the ability for these to hold more ore, then that would be really good. So let me play around, do some fiddling, and see what I can come up with here. Okay, so here's how I was thinking about rebuilding all of these. If I just push this forward a little bit, then I can have room for 6 hoppers on the face of the lift, and just conveyor that into 3 more hoppers here. And it's worked pretty well. It was able to unload the cargo lift very quickly. So I'm pretty happy with that, and let me see if I can do that to these other ones. The space could be kind of an issue because it is 1 block forward now, and yeah, I might have an issue here. But maybe I can just move this. Yeah, I should be able to just move this laser, no problem. Oh, and one other weird issue here is that now the cargo lift seems to draw more power than before, so even with a Mark III laser, I am running out of power, so I think I'm gonna have to drop a lens in here. Okay, and it was actually 2 lenses because there's 2 lasers, but as you can see, that seems to have solved the power issue, at least here at the lift. Now, the question is, can I actually power this much? Because my induction charger, well, I guess once it gets fully charged up, then it's okay. Okay, one last time. I had an idea. I rebuilt this, and this is the way it looks now. So there are, there's enough storage for all 1,000 ore. And the lift can only offload 900 at one time, so I guess there could still be room for some improvement. But I'm pretty happy with this, I think. And one little issue is that there is some possibility for some ore to loop around here. But these are mini hoppers, so they can only drop out stuff, you know, very slowly. So for the most part, everything should be coming from the storage hoppers and then looping around. So it's not too big a deal that they're touching, I think. Okay, this is really the last time. I think I've got the best evolution that this can be. There's 12 storage hoppers now, and through hopper sharing of the ore, we should be able to offload all 1,000 ore very quickly, and they all go down into the mini hoppers. And now the mini hoppers don't have any ability to create loops. So I think this is the best that this can be, and I'm going to build this on all the lifts. All right, now there's one last problem here. Even with all the mine carts that I put on those rails at the ore mines, we are still not collecting the ore nearly fast enough. So I unlocked the large mine carts, and my idea is to build the large ore freighters. And I think with 2 ore freighters on each rail, that's probably gonna be plenty for us. And if I need to, I can always add a 3rd one. But let's start with 2 and see what that gets us. Finally, I figured out how the freight works. I did have to rebuild all of the loops. If you guys remember, we had a really efficient system where I was just using one single track and the mine carts would bounce back and forth. Unfortunately, the freight carts will crash into each other and then jam up the rail. So the easiest way to get around that is with a loop system, and you put down some one-way rails. So I've got them on either side of the depot, and another place that you really want one is right here on the very last block right before the station. And that one way will prevent any of these mine carts from turning around and then jamming up a mine cart that is trying to go the other way, because these are not aware of each other, right? So all it knows is I want to go this way, and this is the shortest way. So usually what'll happen is they'll turn around. But this mine cart's like, blah-de-da, trying to go to the station, and then they bump heads, and they have no clue that the other one is there, so then they just stop. So using this system forces them to go in a loop, and they can't jam up, and I've got some turbo rails down to make them go a little faster. And I did actually end up putting 3 of the ore freighters here, so you'll see what'll happen is they'll just sit here in line and wait for the lift to come down, and they'll offload. And this is actually really good. This is giving me all of the speed that I'm looking for. Well, I mean, it's it could be going faster still, but this is giving me enough ore throughput that the lift is able to run continuously without needing to wait around for a long time. So, nice. Finally, one arm of this charging system is done. And actually, it really didn't take that long to gather all the materials with all the efficiency upgrades that we've done to the base, from mining the ore to bringing it up, and even creating the intermediate materials faster so that we can make those alloyed machine blocks faster. And so this is what it's going to look like. And we're going to have 3 of these.
Your base is under attack.
And I would do a 4th, but, you know, this room is in the way, like I said before. So I'm not going to do a 4th. Plus, it's only 26 minutes once this thing gets going at full power. And, you know, while I was building this, I realized that each laser energy transmitter can actually touch 2 of the batteries. And since I already have to put this lens in, we can actually transfer all the power that we need for both of the solar panels that are going to be on the adjacent Mark IVs. So small little savings there. Not a lot, but it is there. Oh, right. And there's one other thing. I'm not sure why this happened. I guess this is probably related to all of the improved lifts that we added. But I'm starting to get some insane waves now. So, like we're almost at 20,000 threat already. So we're already having to fight off all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and just start, like, charging this now while we wait for the rest of the materials. And, because it'll cut down on the time, so it'll be worth it. Alright, so I put down a bunch of the organic solar panels. I've only put down 18 of them right now out of many more. But if we look at the orbital energy transmitter, okay, orbital power transmitter. Apparently it's not called that. But anyway, we are pushing a crazy amount of power into this already. And we even got a little ETA down there, so that number's only going to go down as we put more and more of this together. And I'll be checking in periodically to let you know how it's going. All right, guys, we finally got it charged. And something kind of interesting immediately, I was been watching this charge, and once it hit 99%, it said it was ready for the strike controller. So this isn't even totally charged yet. So I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen if I fly over really quickly and drop the thing down. And I know exactly which overmind I'm going to destroy. So let's drop this down in our hotbar and head on over. So I want to destroy the overmind that's in this corner right here. Because of that, it keeps spawning tunnel nukers that are trying to blow my building apart, and it's not cool. So, okay, it's gonna be a little dangerous. We got some worm territory here. Oh, there it is. Oh man. Okay, don't get too close, cause yeah. Okay, there we go. That's what happens if you get too close. Okay, that's probably enough waiting. Okay, we are back here at the overmind. I'm not really sure how close you can get to this thing, but I guess we'll just get like about this far away. You know what? Let's do it from up there. And okay, whoop. Let's put down our orbital strike controller. Oh, come on. That's weird. That arm came over to kill me. Okay, we're waiting again. Okay, let me sit back a little further back this time. Hopefully these brains on tentacles can't reach me. Is that a brain? What is that? I mean, it looks like a brain. And I think when that thing is touching me, then it's killing me. So, alright, let's drop down the orbital strike controller now next to it. And see what happens. What does it say? Oh wait. Quadrant, what is it? Placed in quadrant 0. Only works if you have a fully charged OET. Press E to confirm the strike location. Destruction chance 32%. What? So you might have to do this multiple times? I hope not. This brain looks like he wants to kill me, so let's try it. See what happens. You should probably run away now. There's an achievement if you don't look at the strike. Well, I'm gonna look at this one. The first one for you guys. Let me just turn up our draw distance a little bit. How big is the explosion radius? Well, I gotta be far enough away here, right? Oh, here it comes. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Overmind does not look like it's having a great time, does it? I think it died. These lasers kind of look like they're coming a little closer, don't they? Okay, I guess it's over. And definitely looks like the Overmind died. And it left... Ew. It left like this disgusting pile of like melted goo. Can I scan this thing? Oh, okay. You still die. That's disgusting. Why would you touch that? Nice one, DJ. Okay, so we killed one. And LOIC returning to recharge. Okay, it's almost back. So I'm guessing once that gets back up... Oh, I wonder if we can see something on that big thing. I guess you would be able to normally. Oh, look, it... Oh, right. That thing actually floats over. Yeah, okay. And then now the OET is recharging, so... Okay, that's one down. And we got two more we want to destroy. I guess you don't get your strike controller back. So, alright, well, I'll see you for the next one. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to show this off. I have been adding more, but I'm glad that I didn't wait, and I just kicked it off because, turns out that we can actually charge this way faster than we can gather the materials for all of these Mark IV batteries. So, that was good. That was a good decision. And, okay, so I'll see you when it's time to blow up the next one. Oh man, I've had my mic off that entire time. Well, anyway, here's the next Overmind. Dead. Goodbye. Goodbye is right. See, that thing didn't even... It looked like it was moving closer to us, but it didn't make it all the way. Let's see. You know what? That's weird. There actually is a bug part down here. I'm gonna try to get it without dying. Okay. Pristine phosphorescent gland. Whatever. Okay, well there's another Overmind down. And we got one left to blow. So I'll see you then. Okay, I'm here at the last Overmind, and I'm gonna destroy this one as well, and I can finally get that bit of research that's been under this thing for a very long time. And as you can see, this is currently the active Overmind the bugs are actually spawning from. So I'm kind of curious to see what's gonna happen once I destroy this thing. So let's kick it off and see what happens. Look, that's so weird. Some of them just go straight, and some of them float up into the air before going to the base. I wonder why they do that. Not gonna matter here real soon though. Oh, I think that research is gonna get destroyed. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely a kill. I don't think it did anything to the bugs, though. Kinda just the Overmind. Oh, look, that research. The research is fine. Let's go get it. Oh, nice. Look at that. Yeah, I'm actually able to get it. Okay, well, and with that kill, that brings us to the end of the game, folks. Well, technically, I guess we technically beat the game when we beat the first Overmind. But, yeah, I said it now. So, Guys, like the video. If you liked the video, if you learned something, let me know about it. Leave a comment for me down below. And this is not the end, because there's more to the game. And we're going to go straight into the Frozen Factory in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed somehow. And I will see you guys in the next one.